what are the steps for doing this type of question when we have n jobs and 3 machines, then we will go for the practical part, right? So as we have discussed about the 2 machines, now we are coming up to the 3 machine. The problem under this category, again developed by the Johnson algorithm. But for that, it is given that we have given a 2 conditions for this approach. The first condition is that we have to find out the smallest processing time on the machine A. If the smallest processing time on the machine A is greater than or equal to the greatest processing time on machine B. This is the first condition. Now the second condition is the smallest processing time on the machine C is greater than or equal to the greatest processing time on machine B. This is the category. Next condition. We have to find out if any of the condition is satisfied, then we convert these 3 types of machine, that is machine A, B, C, into 2 categories of machine. If any of the condition is followed. When this is followed, we create any 2 fictitious machine that we have taken in this example as G and H. And then what we do in G and H, in the G, we add on the processing time of machine A and B together. And for H, we add on the processing time of the machine B and C. Then we converted that 3 machine into the 2 machine, a fictitious machine category of G and H, and then we will apply the same procedure as in the previous numerical question we have done. Like the same procedure, least cost we have to find out, and then we will find the job sequence. In the same way, we will find out the total elapsed time and the continue process the remains the same. Right now, we will do the practical question so that you came to know what are exactly the figures, how we will do this type of questions when we have n jobs and 3 machines is given to you, right? So we again the same procedure. The processing time is given to you, machines is given to you, but first we have to find the new situation category which we have discussed right down in the step-by-step process. Okay, so start taking the pen and paper with you and start doing this question again with the help of me. Write down, we have given jobs, we have given machines, like we have given machine 1, or we are taking it as a machine A, machine B, machine C. 3 machines are given, and definitely we have given the job also. Different categories of job is there. Say example, I'm taking over here as a 6 job. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 jobs are there, and machine A, B, C, 3 machines are there. So note down the processing time for machine A is 3, 12, this is 12, 5, 2, 9, and 11. Right? For machine B, it is 8, 6, 4, 6, 3, 1. Machine C has a processing time of 13, 14, 9, 12, 8, and 30. This is 1, right? So what we have to do, first again, you have to find out the total elapsed time. For total elapsed time, definitely you have to find out the job sequence first of all. Now, but it is a category of like n jobs. We have given number of jobs. It can be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But the point is now we were using as a 3 machines over here. Right. So what is the solution for this? Is first we have to find out the minimum as we have discussed in the steps right now. Find out the minimum value in the machine A. So find out the minimum value in machine A is, what is the minimum value of machine A is? Definitely it is 2. So write it over down as an a 2. Right. Same point, we have to find out the minimum value in machine C. Now the minimum value in machine C, find out the minimum value 13, 14, 9, 12, 8, and 13. Yes, it is 8. So write down over here that the minimum value in machine C is 8. Right. This is the first point. You have to find out the minimum value in machine A and machine C. But you have to find out the maximum value in machine B. To find out the maximum value in machine B is 8, 6, 4, 6, 3, 1. What is the maximum value in that is 8. Okay, so this is the first step. Now what we have to do, we have to use the condition which we have just discussed of. What is the condition in that? Condition is the first point is find out the minimum value of A. It should be greater than equal to the maximum value of B. That is machine B. Is this condition satisfied or not? You have to find out. Or the second condition what is given with us is minimum value in C, machine C, should be greater than equal to the maximum value in machine B. So putting the value as we have just discussed at the upper point. So machine A has the minimum value of 2, which is greater than equal to maximum value of B, that is 8. So this condition 2 is greater than equal to 8. The answer will be false. No, this condition is not true. But if I am coming up to the second condition, that is minimum value of C, that is 8, is greater than equal to the maximum value of B, that is 8. Thus, this condition is true. If any of the condition is satisfied, then we are coming to the next step. That means we convert, we, what we do? We redefine the above three machines, we redefined our three machines into two fictitious or fictitious machines, right? We have taken a two fictitious machines, and what the name we have taken, we have simply taken as a G, and the processing time for G will be A and B, the total processing time by machine A and B, and the second point is we are taking fictitious machine name as an H, and for the total processing time for machine H will be is B plus C. So we redefine our question into three machines, into two fixtures machine, that is H, G and H, right? Now again we prepare one table over here, like we have given how many jobs, write down over here J1, J2, J3, J4, J5, and we have given a J6, right? And we have already told you of that from three machines we have converted into two machines, G and H, and the total processing time from G is for totaling the machine A value plus B, and for H we have to add on the B value and C value. Right? So do a hurry up. Just check it for the machine one. Machine one, if I'm talking about machine A, right? For what we have decided, we have to add this A plus B. I'm changing the color so that you can able to analyze it where I am right now with you. Okay, so what we have done, this one, G, for G we add A and B, and for H we will adding the B and C. So for G, A and B, that is 3 and 8. So summing up the value of 3 and 8, definitely we will get 11. Same with the machine A and B, but job 2, that is 12 and 6, and so on, like 5 and 4, 2 and 6, 9 and 3, and 11 and 1. So adding all these values, we will get the value for G. Okay, so start doing for the value for the G, that is, we just have done up 3 plus 8, that is 11 minutes. For J2, that we had upper point, that is 12 plus 6 is there, that will be 18. Then for J3, that will be 5 plus 4, that will be 9. J4, that is 2 plus 6, that is again 8. And J5 value, which we have just seen over here, J5, that is 9 plus 3. So add the value 9 over there and plus 3, that is again 12. And for the last J6 is 11 plus 1, that will be 12. Right? Again for the machine H, same process, that is adding the value of B and C together. So B and C, that is 8 and 13, 6 and 4. So write it over here. 8 plus 13, that will be 21. Then for J2 will be 6 plus 4, 14 over here is 6 plus 14, that will be 20. Just add on all these values. 4 plus 9, for third one is 4 plus 9, that will be 13. And coming up to the next point, that is for the J4, 5 and 6, J4 is your 6 plus 12, that will be 18. And for J5, it is 3 plus 8, that will be 11 minutes. And then the last 1 plus 13 will be your 40. So this is the process. We converted the above three machines into the two fixtures machine, that is machine G and H. And adding the processing time of machine A and B, we get the value of machine G, and by adding the machine value of processing time value of machine B and C, we get it into H. Now it is the same process. Again, we converted the above question into two process as we have earlier discussed in the second numerical question. Now you have to find out the job sequence. Put it all the values of job sequence in the same way. make it a job sequence boxes. Like now you have to get the sequence, which one should be your first one, which one will be your last one. 6 jobs are there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and last one is 6. So what we have to do, the same process, find out the least one. If the least one is from the first machine, here the first machine is G, we will start from the right side, and if it from the left side, and if it is from the machine H, then we will start from your the last points. Okay, this is your first point, that is a G starting point, and this is your end point, that is H. Right, now start and find out which one is your least point. Least over here, when we start with the least point, we'll be getting the least point in the J4, and that is in the first machine. So the job sequence over here will be the first point, that is your J4. And when we done this point, we just delete this J4 cell. Right, now the least point, if we find out that after J, that 4, 8, after 8, the least point will be 9. So we will select the point number 9, and that is in again first machine, and the process is J3. So delete this point and write it over here as J3. Right, the next least point after 9 is just checking all the values. It's 11, 18, 12, 12. Now it is 11. Yes, 10 is not there. Now it is 11. And the 11 we have in both machine G as well as in H. So it is on the first machine J1. Definitely it will come on the starting area, right? And again 11, it is on the second machine also. That means it will become on the next point. That is the last starting point. Okay. So J5 will be there. So we have deleted the cells which has already been covered up. Now focus on the next list after the 11. After 11, we have 12. Yes, we have the 12, and the 12 is on machine 1. So we will start with this over here, that is J6, and it is also done up. We done up with J6. Now the remaining point is only J2. That means over here. So we just find out the job sequence also in this question. Now that's second step. What is the second step? To find out the total elapsed time. But the point is here, a little bit practice required, because it is a little bit question is in a like in a sequence, as well as now we have given a different types of machines. So now we will finding out, write it over here, total elapsed time by all the machines as well as the idle time. So before starting, just prepare one box. As it is of now, we have of the 3 machines, right? So you just write it over here in the same way as we done up earlier. Earlier we have done with the machine 2, but now we will do in machine 3. So first we write it over here as a job sequence which is given to us, right? Which we have just find out over in this question. Then we have given a machine A. For machine A, we have to find out the in time, and we have find out the out time, right? Same way process, we write it over here for machine B, their in time and their out time, right? Now again from the third category, that is for machine C, their in time, and the last point, their out time. So this is the way we have to find out. Now fill all the figures properly. Like what is your job sequence? First of all, write it as a job sequence. Your first part is your J4, then J3, J1, J6, J2, and J5. Right, this is your job sequence. Then putting all the values as we have just done up and put all the values of the job sequence. Now, same procedure will apply over here, and we will find out the total elapsed. Start doing it. Again, the same concept. Whenever the job is started up, it will put with the value of the time as 0. I'm putting it with this color, that is 0. Right. Now, find out in J4, when we're starting up with the J4 on machine A. J4 with machine A, how much time is taking up? Okay, so putting your question again on the screen, find it over here. Like for the J4, like it is over here for the J4. If I'm talking about J4, how much time is required? For J4, how much time is required for machine A is 2. This is J4, right? And how much time is required for machine A is 2. So we will add it the 2 value over there. Right, so 0, 0 plus 2, write it over here as 2, the processing time, and in bracket you can write it 0 plus 2 for your revision part. Same when the J4 work is done in the machine A, it will be definitely started with the J3, that over here will be 2, write it over as a 2 from here, right? Then the next part is started, and the same process we will add it. How much time is there in J3 as it is 5? So what we will do in bracket 2 plus 5, 2 plus 5, that will be 7, right? Now the 7 will come up in the J1, and how much time is there? 3 minutes more processing time is required, then it will be 10. And how it will become up 10? 7 plus 3, that will be 10. Now again over here is J6, that is 10, and it is required a processing time of 11. So 10 plus 11, that will be 21, and write it over as in a bracket 10 plus 11. Right now again it is 21, and the processing time for this is 12. So bracket 21 plus 12, that will become up to 33. Right now this will come up in the last, that is the J5. You write it over here as 33, and the processing time is 9. So in bracket 33 plus 9, and the total will come up 42. Right, this we have done for the machine A, their in and out time. Now we will do for the machine B, in and out time. So first of all, again, the point is important over here that once the machine is done, machine 4 work is done in machine A. So we will start the next process only after considering then one. Okay, excuse me. Now start up with this. Like put it over here as 2. Why we have written 2 over here? Taking the value from here. Right. Now the processing time for the machine 2, that is machine B for J4. Check it over here. Machine 2, that is B, and J4, that is over here is 6. So what we will do? 2 plus 6, that will be 8. Right? Now adding the values, putting over here in the total elapsed time, that will be 8. How this will be 8? 2 plus 6, that is the processing time. Now this is 8. Yes, definitely it will come over here as 8, taking the value from here. Like 8. Now what is the processing time for the J3 is for the machine 2 is that the machine B is 4. So it will be 8 plus 4, that is 12. Write it over here. Now it is 12. Yes, you have to write it over here as 12. Now the processing time is 8. That means 12 plus 8, that will be 20. In bracket, you can write it. It is not compulsory that you have to write all the values in bracket. That is only for your revision and for your understanding part, right? Now the point over here comes up very important point. Please have a look on this. It is 20. Right. But when we completed the work for the J1, by the machine 2 is 20, but the machine A is working in J6 and it is 21. So this is 21, but this is 20. It cannot be lowest point. So we have to take over 21. That is the most important point. You have to understand this. Now we cannot take it 20 because the machine B has to wait up as they have done their work earlier. So they have to wait for 1 minute. Let's completing the work by the machine A in job 6. So the processing time by the machine B is again 1. So 21 plus 1, that will be 22. 21 plus 1. Now it is 22. Again, the point to be noted out, it is 22 and it is 33. If machine B completed their work, then they have to wait up until machine A process work is yet completed. So again, he has to wait up, and now we have to write it over here as 33. And the processing time is again is 6. 33 plus 6, that will be 39 over here. That is 33 plus 6 in bracket. Again, the point noted over here is this is 39, but this is 42. The machine is going to work in 42. So therefore, we have to write it 42 only, not 39. And the processing time is 3. That will be 45. That means 42 plus 3. Right? Continue with the same process with the machine C. Use your mind properly before starting up. Again, the machine C work will start only when machine A and machine B work get completed. And machine B work is completed at 8. So what we do when it is completed, then only we have to start our work. Right now, this 8 will come up in starting point. That means we have to write 8 over here. I hope you're getting it. Now the machine C, J4, when we are talking about the job third, I'm talking about machine C. Check it. Job third, right? Job third, this is job third, and we were talking about machine C. The time is processing time is 9. So what will take? That will be start with that after 9 minutes. It will taking a time of 9 minutes. Check it once again. It is given like machine C, and we're talking about the J4. J4, not J3, as we have taken J3. J4 is required a time of how much time it is required? It is required 8 times, right? It is required 9. It is over here written as 12. 12. For J4, right? J4 machines we require 12 minutes. For the processing time is 12. So what we will do over here is we will add the 12 more time in starting up. Machine C work start at 8, taking a processing time of 12. So what we'll do, 8 plus 12, that will become up at 20. Right. Please note it over here again. This is 20, but this is again 12. So we will make it as 20 only, like this. It can be higher value, but it cannot be lower. You have to make it remember. Now the processing time is 9. So 20 plus 9, that will be 29 over here. Right. Now this is 29 and this is 20. What we will do, we have to take it as a 29 only. We can't take it 20. It should be 29 only because it can complete the work, but the work of machine C will be started at 29. And the processing time over here is 30. So what we do, 29 plus 30, and the total will come up 42. Right? Now coming up next, this is 42, this is 42, 22. So you have to write it over here as 42 only, and the processing time is 13. So 42 plus 13, the total will come up 55. Right. Now this is again important point. This is 55 and this is 39. The same process will goes on. No worries at all. Like over here, you have to go in the rhythm way only. That means 55 you have to write it, and the 14 processing time is more there. 55 plus 14. So the total will come up 69. Right. Now over here, the same process, 59, same figures are coming up, and the processing time is 8. So 69 plus 8, and the total will come up 77. This is the most important step. So what we find it over here, the different total elapsed. So write it over here, total elapsed, total elapsed time is equals to 77 minutes in this question. 77 minutes is your elapsed time. Now what we have to find out? We have to find out the idle time by machine A, right? What is the idle time by machine A is equals to, and the idle time by machine B, idle time by machine B also you have to find out, and in the same way you have to find out the idle time for machine C. You have to find out now the idle time for the three machines together. Idle time of or by machine C, right? You have to find out. Now the same way, check if the proper total elapsed time as it is given in the question. Only on the machine B, you have to take a care over here, like this is 20 and this is 21. Machine B has completed their work of J1 at 20, but J2 is still working at 21. So this is the important point where you have to make it considered that machine we have to wait for 1 minute, then only will start up. See, right? And this is 22 and this is 33. So you have to make sure that where we have to wait up, where we have to start their working. So start with the process with the idle time by machine A. Total elapsed time, yes, it is definitely what is the total elapsed time is 77. So 77. But machine B, they have completed their whole work till 45. So they have to wait after that. Like till 45 minutes they have done up, but the total time is 77. So 77 minus 45 minutes plus, but we have to consider the total. Total for total, you have to check it over from the starting. See, once the job one has or job machine A has completed their work and be doing the process, till that time machine B is waiting, right? Then this is the 2 minutes further we have to add. Hope you're getting what this 2 minutes is over here. This one. This I'm circling. Okay. So this is the 2 minutes which you are waiting. Now check it from the one by one. 8 by 8, 12 by this 12, but 20 and 21. That means machine B has completed their work at 20, but they started up on 21. So again, they have to wait for 1 minute over here, right? Add one. Now coming over here is 22, but they started up at 33. So that means for 11 minutes again, they have to wait up plus 11. Coming up to the next point that it is 39, and now then they have to start their work and it will be 42. So that means again for 3 minutes they are waiting up. So summing up all the values, what we find out it is like 49 minutes. That is total 49 minutes that machine A is waiting. Like machine B, we were talking about, definitely we were talking about the machine A. If I'm talking about machine A, same process we have to follow up. Yes, for machine B also we have to follow, but first we have to find out with the machine B. This is the concept of machine B. And if I'm talking about the machine A also, here if I'm write it for A, ma'am, how we find out it? The total time taken by this machine is 77, right? And the total elapsed time what we say up, and this is taken by the 42. So simply for machine A is very easy. The total elapsed time that is 77 and the total time taken by machine A is 42. So we will subtract 77 minus 42, that is 35 minutes, right? This is 35 minutes. For machine A it is very easy, but for machine B you have to find out by each and each job properly. Same with the category of machine C. If we check it, total time taken by all the machines or for the full process is 77 minutes. But machine C, if I'm talking about machine C, they completed all their tasks again in how much time? They completed all their tasks in like 69 minutes. 69 minutes is the in time and out time is 77. So this 77 minus 77, that is 0. But we have to check from the starting. Is machine C also have to wait for some time? Check it from the starting. Yes, yes, it is a 8 minutes. Like machine C has to wait for 8 minutes because till that time machine A and B is processing. So we have to write it over here as 8 minutes also. You can check it for the further also. Is another difference. This is 20 and 22, 29 and 29, 42, and this is 42, 55 and 55, and 69 and 60. All are same. That means there is no rest time over there or no idle time in between. So this is 0 plus 8. That means you have completed your work and you have to wait only for 8 minutes by the machine C. So this is the way we find out the total elapsed time as well as the idle time by the machine A, B, and C. But there is some little shortcut also as we have done in the two machines. Like what we have done, same procedure we follow up. Like first we will find out the total of all these machines. Just add down all these values, machine A values, write down 3 plus 12 plus 5 plus 2 plus 9 plus 11, and when we add up, we will find out as 42. Right, this is the total machine time. Same with the machine B, if I add all the values 8 plus 6 plus 4 plus 6 plus 3 plus 1, then I will get it as 28 minutes. And for machine C, when we adding all the values 13 plus 4, 14 plus 9 plus 12 plus 8 and plus 13, that will become up 69 minutes, right? So this is also the total time we find out, like earlier we done up. Now, as we all know, for if I'm talking about the idle time, right? We are talking about the idle time. If I'm talking about the idle time for the machine A, the total elapsed time is 77, right? This is a shortcut which I'm telling you. You can also apply this method. 77 and directly you minus up the 42 minutes as will be taken by machine A. The remaining point will be come up as 35 minutes. That is the same which we have done. So this is also the one way. You can also find out the idle time for machine B. If I'm talking about the machine B, you can find in this way also. Like what is the total time? Elapsed time is 77. So we will write it as 77. And the machine B took only how much time is 28. So 77 minus 28 directly in the same way, directly 28, then you will get it 49 minutes. Yes, it is the same as we will do earlier also, the same. And the answer is also same by this method or either we are getting in the different methods. Now coming up to the next, that is the last for machine C. If we are talking about the machine C, total time elapses again 77 and then we minus up how much time is there is 69. So 77 minutes minus 69 minutes, that will be how much? That will be 8 minutes. So this is also the way you can find your answer of idle time, like totaling the left time and adding the all the machine time and subtracting one, or else what we can do, we will do in this way, like the total time taken by the person, and then we will subtract in this way, like what is the total time, elapsed time, and taking the step by step, and you can find out. So these are the different ways in which we can find out. But the main purpose of Johnson is to get the sequence in a proper way so that there is the least time possible and getting answer in the best sequence.